We're at Culver's in Allendale, joined alongside new Grand Valley State football offensive coordinator Ian Shoemaker. Ian, thanks for joining us.
Hey, no problem.
Well, you've been here a couple of short months. It's been probably kind of a whirlwind for you. First question for you, what made you choose to come to Grand Valley State?
Well, obviously, having connection to the program in the past, Coach Lewis, the defensive coordinator, and I worked together a couple stops, and then Matt Bitsom, who left the offensive coordinator position, I actually mentored he was my GA when we coached together at St. Cloud State. So, and then obviously the history and the strength of the program, trying to come here and add some value.
Give us your coaching track record. I know you've had a storied career being a head coach and a coordinator, so where did it all start leading up to now at Grand Valley State?
This is a long story.
Yeah.
It might be longer, but I started, I played in a small college in Iowa, went back home and GA'd at Western Washington University. Got my first full-time job as a head baseball coach and offensive coordinator at St. Mary College in Kansas. So 25 years old, calling plays and heading up a baseball program, but I was fortunate to go to Minot State after that. That's where I met Coach Lewis. He was there in his kind of first full-time job. We were both kind of young to the profession, and had a good run there. Spent 5 years in the state of Ohio, coaching at a couple of Division III schools, Kenyon College and Baldwin Wallace, and then was fortunate enough to go to St. Cloud State in Minnesota. Was there for 6 years. Again, hooking up with Coach Lewis, and that's where Coach Bitsom was my GA. And then after the run that we had at St. Cloud, was lucky enough to go home to the state of Washington as the head football coach at Central Washington. Spent 5 years as the head coach there, had a couple of playoff runs and some good opportunities there, and then was asked to be the offensive coordinator at Eastern Washington University, kind of move up to the FCS level. And we had Walter Payton Award winner at quarterback there. Had 3 years in the top 3 in the country in offensive output, and when I finished up my 3 years there, got the opportunity to be the offensive coordinator at University of Hawaii and kind of make that leap from the NAIA all the way through to the FBS. And just kind of this last year at Hawaii, kind of got squeezed out as far as wasn't enough of a run and shoot guy for what they were looking for and what Coach Chang was looking to do. So was kind of looking for an opportunity, and Vitz was moving out, and Coach Lewis was still here, so I'm in the basement at Coach Lewis's house right now. So.
Oh, that's very interesting. But you mentioned Hawaii. People initially who read the press releases and read your coaching track record go, "Oh, Hawaii," and you mentioned it. When I think of Hawaii, the run and shoot offense, June Jones, Colt Brennan, that fantastic team that made the Sugar Bowl run, but from what you're saying is you don't want to be just a run and shoot offensive coordinator. You want to go to the Midwest, meat and potatoes, kind of run the football kind of offense as well.
Well, no, and I have been, and that's what I went to Hawaii as. When Coach Chang offered me the job, it was to be balanced and RPO and things like that, and we were going to marry some of those run and shoot ideas into the drop back game, and what that became was, I think, a little pressure there on the island to be what June Jones was and to be what it was when Coach Chang was the offensive coordinator or the quarterback there. So I think that kind of changed a little bit the dynamic of me calling plays to not calling plays, and now them needing to go more towards some of the guys that had been there in the past. So that was a decision he made, and we parted ways, and I've had the fortune to be here now.
Growing up, what made you want to get into coaching, and also one of your biggest mentors in the game?
Well, I think as you look at, growing up the way I did, my dad was a Midwest guy, grew up in Ohio. I ended up growing up in the state of Washington, but it was, about football, about baseball, it was about kind of those things outside of the academics and things like that. And I had 3 younger brothers that all were fortunate enough to go on and play college football. So I was kind of the oldest of 4, and, this coaching tree kind of started with them in the backyard, probably more than anything. And then, mentor-wise, it's just kind of every stop along the way you gain knowledge and kind of add to your deal, but it's probably just working with really good people at a lot of different stops, and taking small parts of what they bring to the table and hopefully making it part of my coaching philosophy.
I'm sure there were a couple of things, or many things, that allured you to come to Grand Valley State. The facilities. Lubber Stadium continues to be renovated, expand. Pretty much you have seating all the way around. The football center is phenomenal as well. I'm sure that intrigued you as well. And also the program itself, the history. last couple of years the teams have made a run to the national quarterfinals, so they're right there. You have a team that's probably reloaded, ready to compete for another national championship. So like I said, there's a lot of things that really intrigue people when they want to come to Grand Valley State.
There's no question, and like I said, I told everybody since I've been here, I mean, better facilities than Hawaii has, better facilities than Eastern Washington had. You know, we had the red turf, but we didn't have anything as far as indoor facilities and all those things. So, you know, you look at it, you walk around, this does feel like a MAC or a high FCS facilities-wise, and you know, it would very well compete that way as far as numbers in the stands and the excitement around the program. So, you know, I think that's one of the things that these guys, you know, I walk around the room like, you guys need to, you know, attitude of gratitude is something that needs to be pretty clear, because they have it better than a lot of larger programs. You know what I mean? The scholarships may not be the same, but, you know, the way they're treated and the opportunity they have facilities-wise and support-wise is pretty dynamic.
How has your relationship grown with Coach Wooster here during your short time in Allendale?
It's been great. Yeah, like I said, he's given me a lot of leeway, and as far as offensively, and you know, learning the culture and the things that he wants to build. You know, I think when we went through the interview process, you know, having been a head coach in the past at this level, it was, you know, you could see a lot of the same things that, you know, hopefully I can bring some support that way, but also just like, oh yeah, building culture, building a mindset as far as how we go about our business, and you know, a lot of those things lined up exactly with what I would have done or have done as a head coach.
As we're chatting right now, spring ball is going on. We do have the spring showcase presented by the Army National Guard coming up on April 13th. From an offensive coordinator standpoint, getting to know these guys, what do you like about the pieces you have in place right now?
Well, I think you look at, you know, first off, what we have up front is pretty amazing as far as the offensive line group that's returning and moving into, you know, their second or third year and improving. So that group has been very impressive to me. You know, I think as far as the running backs and tight ends, the depth there is going to improve when we get those guys off of their gap semesters as well. And then you look at, you know, quarterback-wise, you know, being able to inherit a guy like Avery is really good. And then, like I said, the depth amongst those guys is really strong. And then, like I said, we're going to get some guys off a gap as far as the receivers go, and right now playing with some young guys out there at practice and getting those guys reps and opportunities has been exciting. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we're able to put together a nice showcase, but I'm really excited about what we bring back in fall camp and being able to, you know, most importantly, install all the things that we're going to need, you know, to win a game in equal coaching, equal talent. That's what we want to make sure that we're competitive in those games.
So many great memories, I'm sure, during your coaching career. Is there one that really sticks out in your mind?
Oh, we've had a lot of opportunities to, you know, to put memories together and things like that. You know, the run we had at St. Cloud was really impressive that last year. You know, that last year I was there in 13. You know, being able to go through and beat some of the top teams in the country and got to the you know, the third round and you know, competing at a very high level. And you know, so that run in the playoffs was probably one of the bigger ones. You know, beating Mankato on a, you know, it was 54-49 or something like that, shootout in the playoffs, you know, and winning that game was pretty big. A couple of big wins against Duluth when we were at St. Cloud, but, you know, shoot, at Eastern Washington, you know, getting a chance to beat a Montana in a rivalry game and things like that are all, you know, pretty impressive. You know, getting out to play North Dakota State in the playoffs, you know, at Eastern, that was fun to be in Fargo, you know, and going in and competing in that deal. Bringing the team out from Hawaii to play Michigan, you know what I mean, didn't go as well as we'd hoped, you know, in that game, but being able to, you know, take the team in and call plays in the big house was pretty fun. And then this last year in Autzen Stadium, going to, you know, play Oregon, you know, is you know, kind of stepping through those deals as you go through time is pretty interesting to look back on for sure.
Ian, before I let you go, we are at Culver's in Allendale. I got to put you on the spot.
Okay.
What's your favorite Culver's item?
Well, I think obviously you want a butter burger and some crinkle cut fries, but you know, probably the favorite thing would be a, you know, a concrete mixer with maybe a Butterfingers or a Reese's or something like that. But yeah, definitely getting something out of the concrete mixer family would be a first stop.
Ian, we appreciate it. Welcome to Allendale. Best of luck this upcoming season. Looking forward to following the football team.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the invite.
That is Culver's with new GVSU Football offensive coordinator Ian Shoemaker.